Shin Ultraman is a 2022 giant superhero type film from Toho Studios, Cinebazaar, and Super Eye Productions. Directed by kaiju veteran Shinji Higuchi and apparently written, co-produced, and co-edited by his Shin Godzilla teammate and Evangelion creator Hideaki Anno. Shin Ultraman was my most anticipated movie to watch in 2022. Well, it is 2023 now and I have finally seen it. Was it good? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Kaiju were appearing in Japan, and the humans were successful in besting them for a while, but now, when they seem unable to do so, a giant humanoid, Ultraman, has conveniently shown up to fight them instead. All is not great though. His appearance brings other aliens who try to betray the humans, and one who unleashes a doomsday device that even Ultraman can't seem to destroy. I absolutely love the Ultra Q redo for the intro. Very, very cool to see those monsters in this style, even for the super brief moments they were on screen. Even using the Shin Godzilla model for Gomez, like how Gomez was originally an altered Godzilla suit. Wonderful. Another thing returning from Shin Godzilla is Early Morning in Tokyo. Just always liked that song. Okay, there is a lot returning from Shin Godzilla, including the camera switches during dialogue. It's pretty constant and I don't think needed for most conversations here, but if your brain was losing focus on the movie due to heavy dialogue, those switching cameras may keep your mind in the scene. In general, I like it, just seems a bit overdone this time around. Lots of familiar faces here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I do want to note that the original suit actor for Ultraman, Ben Furuya, did motion capture for Ultraman here. Love all the wide shots, and establishing location shots. I might not be super sold that suitmation should always be replaced by CG for kaiju movies going forward, but I'm very thankful the filmmakers use shots that feel like the norm for classic kaiju outings. For the fights and stuff. The human scenes are totally different and are, well, like how I mentioned earlier. Either way, overall, I like the way the movie looks in regards to shot choices and scene composition. And for favor of CG, Zarab's open back did look very cool. CG here in general looks good. I like the way invisibility was handled, especially when it's invisible monster causing destruction, but I don't know. Naranga's CG model seemed odd to me. It was one of the first monsters really shown, so maybe it just took me a minute to adjust to the movie's art style. The movie is structured odd. I've heard people say it feels like a bunch of different episodes stuck together, and now that I've seen the movie, I get it. It's not a big problem for me. The movie was at its most intense about halfway through, which is something you want to save until the climax. And then the actual climax's resolution is kind of solved off screen. I guess this was to save all that too much techno-babble criticisms that say Godzilla's Singular Point got, but the movie is 112 minutes long. They could have spent more time of that showing us how they came to the conclusion of the world-saving event. Another thing to mention is that the conflict that is solved in the actual climax isn't introduced until later on in the movie. Overall, I'm fine with the outline because it did work and I did have a good time, but it made it all seem sort of less cinematic than it could have been. Regardless, I would definitely recommend Shin Ultraman. Thanks for watching.